Keep it real, way. Keep it real, damn. Keep it real in the of this video. And for today's video, we're gonna be talking about who are you once you win, right? Because winning alone is something that you have to strive for, something that you have to give your all for if you want to win on a consistent basis. Because losing is always open, it's always free, but people always want to win. People always want to get to the top, but they never think about who they are and who they want to be when they're at the top, right? Because everyone knows, oh, hard work, dedication, like the cliche things, but not really in depth about character and on the journey who you want to be. Because at some point in time, you have to be somewhat social, right? You're going to talk to people. You know what I'm saying? Communication is how the world runs. So, who are you when you talk to people? Who are you when you talk to your family and friends? And what do they see you as, right? Because at the end of the day, you control that image with your actions. You choose what actions you give. It's like how you treat a girl. If you give a girl a goofy attitude, then she gonna treat you goofy. If you give her more of a serious attitude, then she can take you serious. If you give her more of a seductive, romantic attitude, then she gonna be more seductive and romantic, right? So on the journey, right, you're gonna have certain times where you're focused on you. Now, winning can be a team sport, but for life, it really it depends who's on your team, and we gotta make sure everyone eats. But maybe not everyone on the team even wants to work that hard. So now you gotta look at the team like, dang, bro, am I just gonna have to carry the team? And if you are, then that's where being self-reliant comes in. Because even if your team is people that you just care for, if you're self reliant, now you can carry all the weight or learn how to carry all the weight. And carrying all the weight builds character. I have gained all the wisdom, all the knowledge, all the experience from being self reliant. Because even though it's a lot of weight, if you can carry that weight, if you can learn how to become strong based off of what you go through, the pain, the suffering, all that, you know what I'm saying? Then again, you're built different. To put it easily, you're built different because you have to have a foundation to you. Each action that you take will be a piece to your Jenga, will be a piece to building on top of your foundation. And when each action builds up, builds up, builds up, then you will build a strong and sturdy foundation. But if it's a weak foundation, you will you will know because at times where you're trying to grow, you'll find frustration and you'll be lost because you're not capable of carrying the true weight. If you do and we put this weight on you, but your legs are gonna crumble and they're gonna fall. So how can you put the weight, how can you put more weight on you if you can't even properly, you know what I'm saying? You can't even properly bench press the weight that you have right now. Like your form is all whack. You need to go back to the basics. And sometimes you don't even know the basics. So now you got to go back even further because now you got to learn the basics. But the basics, like, at the end of the day, are fundamental. Once you get the basics done, then you can now work on who you are. And that's the meat and the potatoes. Because then once you worry about who you are on the journey, worry about your character, you're still working hard, right? And doing and being disciplined. Being disciplined and working hard, anyone can do that. But your character is what separates you as a human being. It can also separate you in your game and your actions that you do, but it's more of a personal thing. Like it's the little things that you have to really look deeper into and ask yourself those questions because they're little but they mean a lot in the long run. Because you don't have to be a con person in order to get everything you want. You can be the rudest person ever. But if you're real with yourself and understand when you're able to lose and that you lost and you need to get better, that growth part, everyone can grow. Everyone can be vulnerable when it comes to growing in order to win. But growing with your character is a whole different ball game, and you get to choose that. That's the fun of it. You get to choose your character build. Um, but with that being said, remember, don't just be stay optimistic. Have a great day. Peace.